Well, hello everyone, Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. I am here in the California desert on an epic adventure. We were coming down to see Cerro Gordo and do a video up at the ghost town of Cerro Gordo, and my buddy Jason said, I have got some other sites that you have to see. So he's invited me out to some amazing sites. Today, we're looking for glowing radioactive minerals at a uranium mine. So wish us luck, and I hope you enjoy. And joining me on this trip is my son, Evan. He is learning how to be my cameraman right now. Good job, Ev. Now, this claim is not just a uranium mine. There's also gold, silver, and rare earth elements here. But what we're actually here for is to wait for dark, where we can bring out the black light and see the fluorescent minerals that uranium mines are known for. And I hear there are some good ones here. Gold and silver will have to be another trip. Today, glowing radioactive uranium. And now we just have to wait for dark. Okay, while we wait for the sun to go down, I gotta introduce a few people. Of course, you all know Jason from Mount Baker Mining and Metals.
Hey everybody!
Have to really thank you for arranging all this.
It's great to be back with Dan, and we've got a whole crew of people. We're gonna do some really exciting stuff here tonight.
I'm making all sorts of new friends here today. Who do we have here?
Hey guys, I'm Dale Moore.
And Morgan Bain.
Yeah, we're a couple of rock lickers hanging out with Jason back in the day in school and just going on a little field trip.
Excellent. Adventure time. Yeah. And over here, we have the silhouette of
Harry.
Harry.
Prospector.
Harry the Prospector. And is this one of yours? Is this your site here?
Yes, this is our site.
This is your site here. Well, thank you so much for inviting us out here. And we also have?
I'm Chad with Mine Operator, and this is one of our properties that we have where we have a lot of uranium minerals.
Okay, Chad says he's with Mine Operator. He has a YouTube channel called
Mine
Operator. Yes, so if you'd like to see more of what Chad's up to, go and check out his YouTube channel, for sure. And one last person way up on the hill.
Hi Dan, how are you?
Excellent, introduce yourself.
I'm Ron with Mine Operator.
Excellent, thanks for having us out here tonight. And I don't know exactly what we're up to tonight, but while I was introducing everyone, I turned around and there seems to be a hole in the mountain over here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I have a feeling we might actually be looking inside this hole.
Yes, this is the portal to exploration that was done back in the 50s, and this is a uranium portal. They did a lot of work in the 50s in drilling. We were able to grab a lot of the data, the drill logs and the reports. This location is inundated with quartz monzonite and pegmatite dikes. So we have a lot of radiometric surveys showing radioactivity, as well as we have our XRF gun with us and our Geiger counter, our Ludlow Geiger counter.
Now, you might be worrying about radioactivity in a uranium mine. The guys here have told me that standing in this mine for a full 24 hours, if you're inside for 24 hours straight, you would get about as much radiation as you would a chest x-ray. So yes, a significant amount, but not, you know, a deadly amount. What's that noise we're hearing?
I think it's a rock.
That rock is screaming at us.
It is.
He's got the Geiger counter showing us right now the radioactivity here. We're being nuked right now.
This is in the hundreds, so there you go.
So yes, radioactivity, but not a dangerous amount.
Not unless you ingest it.
Okay, no licking rocks here. You got that, Jason?
Don't lick them. Don't eat
lick
them.
You can see I got the...
Oh, we got some fluorescing
right
already. Oh yeah, we're gonna get some real good shots.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
The guys are in here looking at the glowing rocks inside the mine right now.
It's kind of like a rainbow.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know if it was vertical or if they hit a spot and just spread out.
So the guys here just told me I'm allowed to take some of these rocks with me. I'm not sure if they'll let me take them back across the border. My
They
truck
will.
might...
Someone's tested this theory and they were okay.
Okay, perfect. You say they're all over the surface, the glowing rocks. Does the glow go right through the rock, or is it surface coatings on the rock?
Actually, there are stringers through the rock, and when we actually use the shortwave lights, it will excite the electrons, the radioactive uranium minerals. So it'll give off a light, and that's the fluorescence we see with our eyes.
And that's going right through the rock. Like it's like if I cut the rock in half, the cut face will show the glow inside it
I
as
have an
well.
answer
just
for
from the
that.
surface.
His son took some and he cut it into little cabs.
Yeah,
And
that's
he-
what I was
he
hoping
put
to
a-
do.
Yeah,
he put,
he
he
made
put a
jewelry.
black light on it. He made jewelry with it.
Perfect.
And he hit it with a black light.
We can make stuff with this. I'm excited.
So if you want daytime with the black light, this is your chance. 'Cause
Okay.
Once twilight's over, it's just gonna be dark.
Dark, and we're gonna get really glowing
So
stuff.
you can see, you'll be able to see the rock. This will be your first opportunity where you can get the rock in with the glowing.
Yes. That is amazing. And with the Geiger counter, you can definitely tell where sort of the higher grade minerals are. Is that
Oh, yeah.
the idea?
Yes. For uranium, not the rare earth stuff.
The rare earths. Yeah, there's also rare earth elements that you guys are interested in here.
Oh yeah, there is.
Bit of misnomer on rare earth elements. Some of them are not very rare. The problem is they're extremely hard to extract from minerals and concentrate. And that's
Yeah.
kind of why they're called rare earths.
And they're rare at high concentrate.
Yes, yes.
The crystal abundance are usually around 20 to 30 parts per million, and you can find that almost anywhere. At this location, you can get them up to about 1.5%. So that's 15,000 parts per million.
Right, and that's the future. Rare earth elements. So
Yes,
much
sir.
of future tech, it relies on them.
Yeah, and the praseodymium, neodymium, those are the minerals that we have here.
We got Evan with the big black light right now. Just warning him right now not to aim the light at anyone because the radiation from the ultraviolet radiation from a black light is actually very harmful to your eyes. So you never want this aimed at a person. And you don't actually want aimed at your skin, your bare skin, for very long either, because it can be dangerous. It can give you, burns and kind of like a sunburn. It can also be the cause of, cancers over long term. That is crazy. Look at that, Ev. Woo-hoo-hoo. Whoa. We're checking out with the Geiger counter and the black light all at once. Now, is it mostly green here, or do we get other colors as well?
You will get some scheelite, some tungsten mineralization, and that'll show up blue.
Okay.
We found some red also in another tunnel.
And we believe that might be fluorite, or actually a little unsure on what it might be.
Okay, here I'm playing with the light I said Evan could have. So here we go. Evan, you get the big light.
Oh great. Oh, I keep missing the pocket.
Look at what Evan just found laying on the ground. Look how bright that is.
It's hot too.
Nice.
We can test it.
Do we have the Geiger counter close by?
Yeah.
I hear it here somewhere. How much we're irradiating Evan right now?
Surprisingly, it's low.
Okay, throw the light back on that though, Ev.
Yes,
Look
we're
at-
going to pull out
look at that rock.
an XRF analyzer right
Looking at
now,
that
and we'll
rock
find
there.
out the percentage.
Nice. It does look like it's just a very thin coating on the surface, and that might be why there's not much radiation being given off.
This thing does throw up a decent amount of radiation, so don't point it at yourself.
Okay, don't see what you're made of.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not familiar with XRF machines, they are a machine that sends a signal into the rock, basically, and then reads its reflection and sees what the chemical makeup or mineral makeup of the rock is. And they're very accurate.
So this is scanning a cubic centimeter on the surface. It has a little penetration, and your rock wasn't reading high in uranium because they're only getting about 580 parts per million.
Okay? But it's still
But it's
very
still there.
fluorescent, for
Yeah.
sure.
But if we go to that hot spot over here, uranium is 1.6%.
1.6% uranium in
Just
the
on the
rock up
surface.
there.
But what's nice is we got a little bit of cerium and latvium in there, so there's a tiny bit of trace rare earths as well. Well, it's scanning. Where'd my and there's some yttrium, so that's above crustal abundance, so it's with it.
This is so exciting. The sun is going down. It is getting dark out here. I'm not sure how much more footage I'm going to be able to take without, extra light here. But we are having so much fun.
That is.
Getting irradiated. As I blind everyone with my stupidly powerful light.
That's pretty strong.
There we go. Let's go inside and see what we got. And now no one can see anything fluorescing because I'm overpowering everything.
What are you guys doing back there?
I'd love to get a big enough piece of this to make a sphere out of. A glowing sphere.
I have some rock you can do that with. It's up top. It's harder.
Okay, that would be
Bigger and harder.
amazing. As we go into the darkness, Evan's back here. His socks just glowed a whole bunch. And he's looking for the high-grade glows. It is really dark in here.
It looks like fluorescent moss.
You know, there are actual animals that use biofluorescence, so it actually uses the same property as these rocks do. The animals to create their own glow. Look at the teal. The teal, yes. I'm not sure if the camera's picking up how different that color is, but we have some bluish glow here along with the green. Oh, Evan just said, wow. What do you see? Wow. I really hope this camera is picking up how impressive this is. Hey, Ev, I can see right through you. I can see your bones. You're being x-rayed.
Oh, you got a cavity on that one molar.
Yeah. So I'm at the very back of the adit right now. This adit's only maybe 50 meters long. It's not very long. And at the back, there's some spots that are really brightly glowing. I got the close-up on one of them, and really exciting. I did end up getting that black light in my eyes 2 or 3 times there really badly. And you know what I'll probably feel later on tonight or tomorrow morning is I'll open my eyes, I'll feel like they got sandpaper in them. Too much UV light in your eyes, and it's really hard. Your eyes really hurt. It's really not good for you. In fact, I used to be a welder. I used to teach welding, and every once in a while I'd flash myself with the arc of an arc welder, and it's the same thing. You just overwhelm your eyes with ultraviolet light, and the next day, oh, your eyes feel awful. So I'm trying to keep out of the black light here. Black light, UV light, same thing. We have both long wave and short wave black lights here. The short wave is really bringing out the glow. And by now it should be dark outside, so we're gonna go and see what's outside on the surface. With a big black light, we have a really big black light here, so we should be able to see lots on the surface with the big black light. Uh-oh, they found the real bad stuff out here.
Let me go up to. So, Dan, let's show you what we're doing here.
Okay, Chad here is just pointed out a spot that has some crystals on the surface of uraninite. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Uraninite crystals on the surface. They're very, very small, but that is the actual uranium ore, the uraninite crystals. And that's going to be what really screams when we put the...
Yes. Right now, this is a Ludlam Geiger counter. We have it on a 1-to-1 ratio. And watch what happens to the Geiger counter when we put it on the uraninite. It is screaming.
Screaming. So it's pinned at 5K. I don't really know myself what those numbers mean, but that's at the top of the...
That'll be counts per minute. So we will now adjust it up to 10 times. So every time it maxes out, we have to go up on the Geiger counter.
About 28, 3,000, 35. We're about to pin it again. So about 48. Now we pinned it. We pinned it right to the top.
All right, so that location, let's remember that spot right there. All right, where it's really deep yellow.
Right there. Yeah.
Now we're going to go up to 100 times. And now let's see how far we can get with it.
So we're talking 100,000. So...
Yeah, so
50,000 counts per minute.
And now I suspect that would be 60,000. So that's impressive.
There we go.
And we should get the XRF on that. We can get a reading. We'll get a chemical assay or an XRF assay on that right now.
And see how much is actually there.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So it's not dark yet outside, but it's pretty close. What a beautiful sunset in the desert. It's going to get cold in that wind. Look at the glow from the UV lights on the ground. Wow. Now, is this mineral or is this lichen? Because I know a lot of lichens will really glow under long wave.
Oh, will they?
Yeah.
Because I bet that's lichen then.
I'm liking it.
You liking it?
That's
well, we
cool.
should find a scorpion out here. Those things really glow.
Yeah, they're kind of bright green like the uranium.
Yeah. Evan, what'd you find?
A rock.
A green rock. It's not actually a green rock, it's just fluorescent green. And that brings me to today's Geology lesson of the day. Why do minerals fluoresce? Well, there's all sorts of different materials and molecules that will fluoresce under a black light. A black light or a UV light sends out light that is invisible to our eyes. When it hits one of these molecules that can fluoresce, what happens is it takes the electrons in the outer orbit of the molecule and lets them jump out one orbit. Instantly, they don't like being out there, so they jump back in. As they jump back in, they give off a photon of light. So a little bit of energy from the invisible light makes them jump out. When they jump back in, they give off visible light. Not all molecules will do that. Some molecules give off invisible light. Some molecules will not absorb the black light at all. But the fluorescent minerals, fluorescent materials in general, will give off visible light. There you go. Today's geology lesson of the day. Definitely have to take some souvenirs here. These seem to be very, very bright green, but they're just a seam on the surface. It's not going through them, but they're very, very bright green. I'm hoping to find some that actually goes through it, that I can, you know, do some lapidary work with, and might make some cabs, some spheres, some things that give off, you know, great fluorescence. You're getting some reds in this one too. Different minerals will fluoresce different colors depending on what orbits the electrons are jumping out to and jumping back into. And different colors are different orbits, different materials, minerals. Okay, we can see that this is glowing very bright green under the black light, but the second we put real light onto it, real visible light, the green goes away because it's still giving off green, but because it's giving off, it's reflecting so much visible light, you just can't see that green. As soon as the visible light goes away, the green is still there, it's not being overpowered by visible light. And that's what makes a really good black light, is one that is giving off almost no visible light. That's why they have special filters on over top of the bulb in there to keep the visible light contained in the machine and only the ultraviolet light coming out. And how typical of me. My pockets are full of glowing rocks. I can't go out without going home with pockets full of rocks. Probably irradiating parts of me that shouldn't be irradiated. It's okay, I've had my kids. Oh, this is making great video with blackness.
I know, just
blackness with a few lights.
It's real hard to shoot in this conditions.
But beautiful sunset out there. And here's a totally different mineral altogether. You can tell because it's just glowing a totally different color. But there's one that's fluorescing a bright orange. Amazingly beautiful stuff.
Oh, sorry.
Evan is very much scaring me with how he's running around on these rocks in the dark. Don't do that, kid. Okay, we're going inside now with just the big black light. I'm not sure if this camera's gonna do it. I might need my phone out to get that shot. There's a bright seam. It's getting it from a distance. That. It's like a laser beam right across. Watch the head. I don't have a hard hat on right now. That's brighter. Crazy. Look at that bright laser beam. And then it gets dark for a little bit. Not much coming off here. There's some bright stuff. That is wild. So with permission of the claim owner, I just pillaged the claim a bit and got a bucket full of uranium ore. It will be up on my website if anyone wants themselves a chunk of uranium ore. www.danhurdprospecting.com. That is amazing. That's all I say. I turn on the camera and say, that's amazing. You know, that's amazing. That's amazing. Give me a reading on this one. What does this one come out as?
It's quiet. Not too quiet.
Low grade. Yeah. The brightest ones seem to be that way.
Huh, yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's just the surface coating that's making it so bright. So
I bet you it's still at least over 1,000. If you ground that up into a little pulp, I bet you it's still over 1,000 parts per million.
But this one here is coming out at is screaming.
This one's screaming. And let's see if I can get this. Don't look at the light.
Yeah. Yeah, this is hard on your eyes. Yeah.
50,000. 160,000.
Can I get 170?
Ooh. 165, 170 right there. 170,000 counts per minute. That is awesome.
Well, that was so much fun hanging out inside a uranium mine. Hopefully I don't end up in the cancer ward tomorrow. Between the black lights and the uranium and the radiation and everything, probably not the best night for us, but we had so much fun. Thank you everyone out there, everyone out in the dark there, thank you so much for inviting me out here and making this an awesome night.
You're welcome.
Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me that thumbs up. If I haven't earned your subscription already, I hope I earned your subscription today. And a big thanks to everyone for watching, especially my patrons. Because of the support of my patrons, I get to make these weekly episodes of Dan Hurd Prospecting. I hope you're all having a great night. And until the next one, bye.
Bye.
Bye.